spider's web. So what we have is an empty memory card, we have the orangutan, and we have our paints. What we don't have, because I forgot to pick one up again, is an old CD. So what I'm going to be using is a little bit of greaseproof paper. We'll do it that way, it should be alright. So we want Iron Breaker and Troll Slayer Orange, and we mix these together. We may as yet add some red to this, depending on how it works. But let's just keep applying the Troll Slayer Orange into this, mix it up to the kind of colour we want. And now that's that done, we'll go with the Iron Breaker before we go into that, and we will do a dry brush on this, but I'm going to concentrate the dry brush on where the orange is going to be. So I'm going all over here, the parts on his shoulder and back. I'm not going to be doing his arms with the orange. That is going to be just what you call it, that's just going to be Iron Breaker, possibly a little bit of steel, Runefang steel as well, don't know yet, but these are the two parts we'll do there as well. Why not? Why not indeed? In fact, while we've got it out, might as well just give a quick blast with it. It's not as if this orangey paint is getting ready to dry up on us. There's plenty of time for it yet. Just have to make sure that we don't spend too much time waiting, because it will dry very quick. So it's lasting with that, and we're going up this time. This isn't a highlight colour we're doing, it's a accents colour, shall we say. I'm going to do the ones on his neck and shoulder, all over the edges, because that's really where we want it going. So we're doing this up and down. We will come back a little bit later with Runefang steel, as I said, and brighten up the edges, just and do a proper edge highlight on the tops of these. But as it stands, that is fine for that part that we want to do, but now I want to add some just straight orange to this. Just on the top edges. In fact, I may just do that as well with it. There we are. It's looking, oops, a bit orangey now. So I'm trying to avoid it looking rusty. Problem is, with orange it's very difficult to do that, but as I said, we're going to be going over it with Steel Legion Drab, and then we will give it a wash with not Steel Legion Drab, Runefang Steel. Then we'll give it a wash with Reichland Flesh Shade to give it an all the more orangey feel or orangey look to it. I just want to make sure that all this is mixed. And get some on our so we're not applying too much of this Runefang Steel, it's just certain parts we're adding it, and then when it's dried we'll give it a wash with the whatchamacallit, the Reichland Flesh Shade. Now we're going to be using some of this Troll Slayer orange mixed with the Wazdaka red. I'm also adding into the mix some of the Rhinox hide, just to dull it down a touch, and from that we're going to be going over on the fur bits here, and notice I'm using the side of the brush and going along the strands. I don't want it to look as though it's a dry brush. I want it to look as though I've painted the raised areas. I've got a bit too much paint on this brush at the moment, unfortunately. It's not going the way I want it to go, but it doesn't really matter at this moment because we will be going over with another wash. Second, I'm just going to go over his beard, which isn't terribly well moulded, unfortunately. It's hopefully that will do the job. So we'll be giving it a wash in a short while to disguise some of the purple underneath it, because now it's dried it is looking quite purple, and that's not the colour I wanted. So that's that bit done. Now let us use the Bestigo flesh mixed in with a little bit of Kislev flesh, I think it is, that we used on other skin tones, just to make the highlight colour for this fella, and we'll go just under his hat, his nose, and his cheekbones, his ear, bottom lip, cheekbone on this side as well. There we are. Not forgetting his right here. Now, the bit that I really don't like, we'll do a full eyeball. We'll now give the fur a wash with the Caribou Crimson when I can find it. I'll put it down somewhere. There we are. So we'll give it a wash with this colour, and then we'll go back over it once more with just the orange, the Troll Slayer orange, to brighten it up. There we go. I think that's all there is in the line of fur. And now, using Reichland Flesh Shade, we're going to give the armour a wash. Now, some areas here we can use Agrax Earthshade as well as the Reichland Flesh Shade, especially on the insides of those areas. Makes it a little bit darker. Do that if you so wish. And as far as his hat is going to go, oh, what can we do with that? I know, just mix a little bit of its base coat in with some white. Just to make it a bit of a brighter colour. And there we are. Next, we haven't quite finished with the Runefang steel. Because I want to just highlight the arms a little bit. So we're just going to do a very quick dry brush over the edge of that. On the knee pads. And then using the rhinox hide mixed in with a little bit of the Bestigor flesh, just to change the colour, lighten it up a little bit. We'll turn our attention to his trousers and we'll just do a little bit of highlighting here and there just to pick out some details. Oops. Not going too heavy-handed with it. Just picking out where all the creases are. And then once we've done that, it is almost over with, but what we do want to do is pick out some of the things on his boots. Use the same colour, why not? There we are. That will do. And finally, using as thin a brush as you've got and a little bit of white, which we don't have on the palette, there we go. And there he is. Now, the last thing, as I said, what we're going to be using is the Troll Slayer Orange, which is going to be going over the fur around his collar. Now I'm just touching this to the model and allowing the paint to come off where it needs to go. I'm not brushing it. It's like a dab. You can probably see that's what I'm doing. Just like so. Just to brighten the orange parts up. I think my phone's going off. What I'm going to do is moustache and beard as well. And his eyebrows. I'm just going to do it. Bit of a stipply thing down here and all, and that is him done. All that needs to happen now is those three get a black base, and I can start playing them. I may well with these ones use what you call it, flipping heck, a matte spray to hopefully protect the paintwork on them, but that is all there is to do. I said just to paint the black bases. So here are all the models again. I'll put a photograph up at the end of this video so you can see them properly. But that's it for Specter Ops, the painting series. Until next time, well, I think we'll maybe carrying on, or we'll be finishing off. Starting a new survivor in Zombicide. Whichever survivor it is, it's your choice. Nobody's replied to my videos yet, so your choice is A, B or C, and hopefully very soon we'll find out who people have picked. But until then, from me and from my Specter Ops figures here, take care, God bless, and bye for now.